What's up? I pray that everybody had an awesome and amazing week. We are back with another video. We're going to get into another build, a build that is near and dear to my heart. I have told you guys about this build, but we're going to get into this build, which is the Waveform Holster build. I'm excited to talk about this build in detail. How many of you have already started playing the title update 15? It dropped last Thursday on May 12th. I like it so far. I have to do a lot more digging. There is a lot of it that I do not know because they dropped a whole bunch of new stuff. The new season 9 is called Hidden Alliance. We got new targets. We got a new game mode called Countdown. We even have 2 apparel events that's coming up. We have the new feature called Expertise. Now that's the thing that I definitely said I need to dive into more. I need to learn some more about the expertise thing. I'm not familiar with it, but once I get familiar with it, I definitely will share that information with you guys. But let's get back into what Season 9 also has to offer. The division has given us everything that Season 9 has to offer all the way up until July. So we're going to, as you can see on the screen, we're going to have, they gave us the targets, the different targets that we're going to have, Castillo League. I'm not going to go through all of this. You guys can read it. I'll leave it up on the screen for a little while just for you guys to have the opportunity to check it out. But as you can see, it says May, June, July. It even has the release dates of everything, the global events. It has the release date of the apparel events. So I'm excited about this Season 9 Hidden Alliance because we have not gotten any new content on the Division 2 for a while. So I am excited about this. They're further developing the story. I'm just excited all around. I did try the new Countdown game mode, and it was definitely an experience. My first time in the Countdown mode, I got the brakes beat off of me. So I'll probably do a separate video on, the best way to beat the Countdown mode. I did find that it has some glitches in it as of right now. Like when you go to complete it, I'll share with you guys what I learned. It will be on the loading screen forever. And so the best thing that I learned to do was disconnect my controller. So turn my controller off and then turn it back on, and then it takes me to the end screen for the new game mode. So I'm pretty sure they'll fix that in a little bit. I am excited about one of the apparel events. It is called Street Activation, that comes out July 5th. Next one is called Fairview Crew, that comes out May 24th. So actually the Fairview Crew comes out before the other one that I just mentioned. So I'm excited about this overall. Let me know in the comments, have you guys started playing this? Title update 15. Have you guys started playing the Season 9? Have you guys gotten familiar with it? Have you guys started going after and farming the new exotics, the new gear? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear how you guys like it. What do you think could be better about it? What are your experiences? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Without further ado, as you guys are going ahead and commenting down below this video, we're going to go ahead and get into this build. So let's get it done. All right, this is that build that I was bragging about. If you watched my last video where I said I was going to drop another skill build video that rivaled the John Wick build. This build is built off of the Waveform Holster. So let's make sure we have that selected. Okay, it's selected. I have not given this build a cool name, so to speak, like I did with the John Wick build. So I will give this a cool nickname. Comment down below, what do you think that I should name this build, this Waveform build? What do you think the nickname for this build should be? Comment down below and let me know. So as always, and I do want to apologize that I did not get you this video sooner. I am going to get better at uploading videos on this channel. As many of you know, if you watch my other videos, that I do have a family channel, but I am going to get better at uploading videos on this channel moving forward. I will make the time in the midst of everything that I'm, got going on, including being, youth and young adults pastor at my church, the church that I am at. So without further ado, we got the build selected. I will go through the build by detail. It's right up around this hurricane ravaged tree, it looks like. Okay, turret, you can start with either or, it doesn't matter. Shotgun, get this up real quick. Now, as you can see, the amount of damage, these two skills are the two best skills. Look at that. Look how quick and easy I cleared out that first level. Now I do know where they're probably gonna come from, hopefully, because like I said, I did this with my other character. Oh dang it, I hate when I throw my turret in the wrong spot. Alright. Get the turret out. Let's start this up. Low-key, I can pop right here on this wall. Alright, let's see. Yep, coming out that building right there. Turret already located. I'm sending the drone out too. First we're gonna run up first to get done. Oh yeah, get wasted. So the key is, you see those two arrow symbols that's right under, not where my ammo count is, but right next to the ammo count. You will see two arrow symbols pop up. And from time to time, you see it just popped up on the screen too. You will see it pop up on the screen too. I will explain later what that means. And hold on, look at Buddy over here trying to run. Get your butt up. It ain't even wet over there. Where is he at? My man's in a tundra. Get your butt up. Over here hiding. Okay, we cleared out the first two waves of this. Go ahead and put this key in here. Resume the progress. Wait for the next wave to come, because you know they're gonna spawn them. Yep, there it goes. And I just realized I don't have all my directives on. When we go take down a control point, I would probably put the directives on, 4 of them at least, because with this new update, title update, they switched the directives around. So I can put 5 on, but I do not like running scavenge skills. I don't like running scavenge skills, just being honest. I can do it, but the idea of having to go out and pick up those trophies just to get my skills back, I do not like it with a skill build. Now remember I said that this build will rival the John Wick build. Accidentally hit the remote. This build will rival the John Wick build, but it does not have the survivability. So that's another reason why I do not want to put scavenging skills on, because I need to be as safe as possible, especially since a lot of the times I'm soloing. So this is a great build to solo with if you use it the right way. And now again, all of this stuff is subjective. If you guys run the Waveform holster a different way, let me know in the comments. What works for you might not work for somebody else. This is what works for me. Those, the drone and the turret working together, those two skills, I don't see that there being 2 more skills that do as much damage as they do. Maybe the artillery turret and the secret mines, if you have the explosive build, the hardwire build, that could be a possibility. I like running these because, for one, they last longer. Once that artillery turret is gone out of ammo, then it's pretty much a wrap. Alright, we are in position to take down the nest. I really got love for you guys, because this particular area does not have some of my favorite control points to take down. Like, I can't stand 2 out of 3 in this area. This is so awkward. So now we're in position, and we are going to go ahead and get it on and popping. You know how I am about my turret placement. Get me some eyes in the sky like Hawkeye. I don't like that placement, so I'm gonna destroy that. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this right. Back up a little bit. All right, that should be good right there. Let's go. We ready to go. Let's get it on and popping. Who's first? All right, him. So yeah, the great thing about this build is the amount of damage you're able to put out. Like, look at that turret. It's not even hitting for crits. That was a hit. Look at all those numbers. 154,000, 157K, 160K. Look how consecutive it's adding those numbers up though. Look at that, chocolate wasted. We want to get, and he wasn't even running up. So look at that, we catch people who running up. Oh, we definitely got to get him off that. We got to get him off that gun over there because he will destroy my, let me check my health on my turret. Okay, we good. That gun is one of the things that can take your turret down. One of the few things that we got NPCs behind us. They're trying to sneak us. We're gonna make it out of here. We're gonna get it. Get the shotgunner down. Watch that frag that he threw on. He overthrew it. All right, let's see. I'm not even focused on what's in front of me no more because I got to get these ones behind me so I don't get sandwiched. The ones in front of me, I had this shield right, this blockade wall right here, so I was good. All right, switching out guns now. Party time. Oh, we gotta get that medic. Medics always go first. Medics and shotgunners, or rushers, I should say. Especially on suicide bombers. Oh my goodness. They get right on my nerve. Go ahead and proc that in sync on there. Let's go. Go after him. You always want to go after the owner of the turret, not specifically the turret, because if you get the owner taken down, and especially if you clear the area, you will get, that turret will disappear on its own. Same thing with the Johnny number 5s. Oh, shotgun is trying to run over here. Yeah, get your butt out here cooked. Just lost my turret. Should be back in a little bit. So yeah, insync mixed with this particular holster, the Waveform holster, which we will get into the build and after we get some gameplay in. So while we are knocking this out, how was you guys' week? Did you guys do anything exciting this week? Any plans, anything upcoming? How excited are you for title update 15? Let me know about that. See how I lost all of my armor? See, that's the only thing I don't like about this build. It does damage, but the missing that armor regen on the John Wick build. And because I have on 4 directives now, one of them being hard to earn on the armor kits, I don't have any armor kits. I started off with 0 armor kits. But we're gonna get it. Just gotta keep our head down. Stay out the way. Be smart. Focus on him up top. Alright, he focused on that drone so I can tag into him. Woo, somebody's shooting me. I don't know who it is. Got me. Alright, we back over here. I'm getting a little greedy. Saw a rescue convoy on the way back over here. So might as well try to take this down too. Oh, I know exactly where they're coming from. Alright, I can fight. But yeah, it's gonna be like that sometimes, like especially with all these directives on. Some could say, why not take the directives off and just make the easy video? I'm always training. I'm always trying to get better. To me, I feel like it's too easy just playing on heroic. So I'd rather just keep training, trying to get better. And yeah, sometimes I do go down. But more often than not, I succeed. So I'm gonna keep training. And you guys will see, I'll get it. I just didn't see where that one NPC was coming from because with the mini-map not turned on, I didn't know where the NPC was. And it just be like that sometimes. Alright, I gotta get this guy over here. I think I'll be done. One on the left. Go focus on him. Sometimes the skills be trying to act like they don't be on the listen. Like you not the boss. Alright. That's done. They firing from across the way. We go get my XP from this and do a swing back. Yep, got that. Alright. Somebody shooting me on the right. Who is it? Some skills over there after him. Grenader, that's who was shooting me. Alright. Wasted. Oh, somebody behind me? Oh, yep, shotgun. Pull out the capacitor for him. Good thing that NPC in here, keeping him distracted. Cooked. Oh, med kit, I'll take that. Let's go. Boss trying to run from them skills. It's hard to run when you got that drone and that turret. They can run from the turret, which they usually do. They'll try to duck and cover, but the drone makes them get out of cover. That's why I said that this is the two best skills, in my opinion, to run. Like I said, you can argue the artillery turret and the secret mines. I definitely get that dynamic of it. But for sure, these two, because the turret does so much damage, it can withstand a lot of damage, and it will, the NPCs pretty much fear it, so they will try to run away from it, and the drone will be like, nope, get your butt up, and it will cause them to back out of cover. So, all right, you guys don't need to see me pick up all of this loot. Let's get into the build. All right, we're back in the base. Can't do our normal outside spot. It's nighttime. Y'all know how that go. My brother joined my group. Let them know that I'm about to break this build down real quick as possible. I know people usually come on my channel, they love how I break it down in detail. So I am going to continue to do that. So first, let's start with the specialization. You want to have the P-017 launcher with this. This is pretty much the predominant, specialization that you will have when you have a lot of your skill builds for the most part. You can always switch things up, of course. This talent right here, this overlock CPU passive talent, just by having this talent right here alone, you're already gaining an additional 10% skill damage. Then you get this talent right here. I don't even know if I want to try to pronounce this. Technomancy. You gain 15% bonus armor while aiming a skill. Then you also, you can help your teammates out. Party members within 5 meters of your deployed and undisrupted skills are immune to shock and disruption. Now let's go ahead and get right into the pieces. As you can see, we got the tactician specialization, which I gave you a little bit of breakdown of why we have that. The capacitor is probably the meta when it comes to guns for skill builds, because of you automatically get rifle damage, and it's an exotic. You automatically get rifle damage on it, damage to armor, health damage. Those you cannot change those. So, but the talent capacitance is key. Shooting an enemy builds a stack of a cap of 40. Each stack grants you 1.5% skill damage. So for each stack out of those 40, stack, max of 40 gives you an additional 1.5 skill damage. After 5%, the stacks decay 1 per second. Here's the key why this is the meta, why a lot of people use this with skill builds, because with skill builds you do not have a lot of weapon damage, but for each skill tier you gain, you have an additional 7.5% weapon damage. So usually with most skill builds, you're maxed out at 6 tiers, so you could do the math. That's 7.5% times 6. That's the amount of weapon damage that your percentage of weapon damage that you will have, and that is key because you are not DPS build. So having that additional weapon damage helps tremendously. Second gun I have is the Harmony. It has rifle damage on it. I'm hitting 446. 0.8K per bullet, 300 RPMs. I got rifle damage, like I said a little while ago, 17% maxed out crit hit damage, maxed out damage to target. out of cover. One of the best in-slot, actually the best in-slot talent for an attribute for any gun is damage to target out of cover. Perfectly in sync. Hitting the enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. So on top of the skill damage that you get from your build, and remember that 10% that you're automatically getting from your for having that specialization, you get skill haste from this watch, skill damage. Not to mention the additional 10% skill damage that you get from your watch. So that's an additional 20% on top of, if you are proccing perfectly in sync, that's an additional 40% skill damage. You know, 20% of that drops off after 5 seconds, but that 40% skill damage is key. Using a non-shield skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 20% weapon damage. So you are getting 20% weapon damage and 20% skill damage by using this weapon for 5 seconds, which is key, remember, for a skill build. That is key. You want to be able to try to put out damage as much as possible. Damage increase are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. So remember I said 20% extra skill damage. So if both of these are active at the same time, that now takes you to 40%, an additional 40% skill damage, an additional 40% weapon damage. Mixing the other 20% skill damage that we talked about, you're at 60% skill damage on top of all the skill damage that you currently have on your build. I am sitting at 6 skill tier. I am at 127.6% skill haste. My skill cooldown is 11 seconds. And that's, I think that's breaking down my drone if I'm not mistaken. Duration, damage, 78,391 per bullet. Of course it drops for PvP. My turret sitting at skill tier, excuse me, 127.6%. So 120, might as well say 128% skill haste. Look at buddy just knocked me out my menu. Man, he better be glad he can't get slapped. Let's go back to the stats. Skill cooldown is 10.3 seconds. Look at the health on that turret. Love it. Look at the damage per bullet, 139,194. So of course that goes ahead and that talks about the 2 skills that I run, that I like to run. Like I said, this is subjective. You can go ahead and run it how you see fit. So the mask, I have the Hanayu Corporation. I have, you see, it comes with 1 skill tier on it because it's a skill. But I have 2 pieces on, so that 2 pieces gives me an additional 20% skill haste and 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage. Remember, we talked about, especially if I proc and sync and they both are active, I'm getting an additional 40%, not to mention plus the other 20% that we talked about skill damage. This just takes my skill damage up to, that's 80% skill damage. And then if you look down, I have skill haste on right there, so I got an additional 12% skill haste right there, an additional 10% skill damage. I also have a skill mod on there, 11.9 skill haste. Keep it moving. Chest piece, Empress International. I have on 2 pieces, so I have skill health and skill damage again. That's an additional 20% skill damage. I am doing, and then I have the attributes, maxed out skill damage, 10%, maxed out skill haste, 12%, and then a maxed out skill haste mod, which is 12%. And then the talent I have on here is kinetic momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your skill damage by 1% and total skill repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per skill. Lost one on cooldown. So that's an additional 15% skill damage if I get all of my stacks. So now y'all starting to see how the skill builds, the skill build, or how the skill damage, the skill damage is adding up. I will save the holster for last because that's the key piece. Knee pads, 10%. This is my second piece of Hanayu. You see that 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage, but I also have 12% maxed out skill haste on it, 10% maxed out skill damage. Can't put any mods on the knee pads unless you got a special knee pads. Then I got one piece of Waveform wear that's giving me an additional 10% skill damage. So you see how much skill damage? You guys can do the math and let me know. It's getting crazy. And then I have an additional 10% skill damage maxed out on there, additional 12% skill haste maxed out on there. Let's keep it moving. Backpack. We have our second piece of Emperor's National, which gives us that 10% skill damage that I mentioned earlier when I talked about the two pieces. We have an additional 10% maxed out skill damage, additional 12% maxed out skill haste, and we have 11.7 skill haste mod on there. The talent, we have tech support, skill kills, increase total skill damage by 25% for 20 seconds. Do you see how much skill damage this build is putting out? It's getting crazy. It is blowing my mind. That's why I said this build can rival the John Wick build. It just does not have the survivability. If you look over there on the left, you can see my armor is only sitting at 726,000, as whereas with the John Wick build, I'm at 1.1 million armor, and I still have 6 skill tier, and I have the ability to regenerate armor. All I have to do is duck my head down and not take any additional damage. Pistol, TD car custom, best, I believe, pistol to run with skill builds, kind of like the capacitor, go hand to hand. You automatically can get a skill tier from this. And then you got, I maxed out the skill damage, the pistol damage on there is 15%, but it comes with a skill tier on that. And then you can put NSYNC on it. I have NSYNC on mine. Now this is a perfect NSYNC, so instead of the 20%, you can see what it is. It's the 15%. So that's pretty much this build. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I almost forgot the most important piece. So the Waveform Holster comes with one skill tier on it. You see I have maxed out skill damage on it. I have maxed out skill haste on it at 12%. The talent is the key that makes this whole build go. It's called Alternating Current. Generate a stack of 3% skill damage on one of your skills every second, capping at 10 stacks. So you have the ability by having this holster on to generate a stack of 3% skill damage for every second, capping off at 10. After 10 seconds, after 10 seconds at the cap, the stack transfers to your other skill. The process then repeats ad infinitum. That's crazy. So you get an additional 3% skill damage on one of your skills every second, capping out at 10. That's 30%. That's 30% skill damage additional for that skill. After that 10-second cap, that stack transfers to your other skill to give it 30%. And then the process just repeats. It just keeps going back and forth. How crazy is that? So look at all that skill damage that you have to slow this video down, rewind this video, calculate how much skill damage did I just say that you can get from this build. It gets bananas. That is crazy. So that's why I said this build is legit. So imagine running this build with a healer, man, or an artificial hive. Somebody's running an artificial hive, and you will put out an insane amount of damage because of all of that skill damage that you have. So that's the build. And let me know what you guys think about the build. Is there any other ways that you would run the build? Have you ran this build before? What are your thoughts on this build? Remember, this is all subjective. It's, however you want to run it. If you feel like this build doesn't work for you, that's perfectly fine. Let me know in the comments, what would you say? You know what, I tried it this way, I tried it differently. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. I love interacting with you guys, and we're going to get it. We're going to keep building builds. Look at that. Especially if you get all of them working together. Send that 2 skills after. So yeah, I always leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay. So I just came down to the range so I didn't have to go anywhere else. Thank you guys. Until next time, you guys have an awesome and amazing weekend. Have an amazing week. Let's have an amazing time. All right. Love you guys. Take care.